Okay. You taking a helicopter?
Boat.
Oh, okay, nice. All right, we are live on LinkedIn right now, and we are going to be talking about the Phoenix Mount Rushmore of tech. Arizona. Yeah, of Arizona, period. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take each of us, we're going to name 4 founders that are currently in the tech community, right? And that are operating the companies. And we have them in 4 different categories. Scrappiest, the most charismatic, the biggest visionary, and the biggest value creator. And we are going to basically tell them who our biggest one is. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about the different categories so we kind of have a universal understanding of what they are. So the first category is Scrappiest. So how would you describe Scrappiest, Todd?
Companies that don't need to raise money to build their company and build their customers and revenue. Companies that can do that at either very little money or at a customer revenue.
Right. So basically companies that can go a lot without having to raise money. And then
or if any money.
Or if any money. So out of that, we have, let's all tell who our most scrappiest founder would be in our own Mount Rushmore. So Todd, who is yours?
I mean, it's hard because most companies have raised money. But, you know, I'm going to be self-serving and say one of our companies here in town has only raised a couple $1 million and got pretty far. And that's Roberto Guerreri from Bluetail. That's
shocking that you would pick someone in your own book to put on your Mount Rushmore.
Well, it's self-serving, but it's also at a necessity because I don't know a lot of local companies.
What? What are you talking about, Todd?
All right, so we have Roberto Guerreri in Todd's Mount Rushmore. Okay, so Philip, who is in your Mount Rushmore for the scrappiest founder?
Scrappiest. So I think I'm gonna go with David Wattel. So he has, I think, around 3 tech companies now. But prior to that, he was a lawyer. So you'll probably see his head on some of these buses driving by. He essentially parlayed that into these tech companies, and one of them is Rising Cloud. Is doing pretty good right now. So I'll go ahead and give Dave the nod on scrappiest.
Okay, David Wattel, everybody. That's Phoenix's most scrappiest founder, according to Philip.
He's not in our portfolio, Todd.
And this is the most scrappiest founder that I think that's actively running a Phoenix startup is Mike Olson from Proctoria. Now, I hate Mike Olson, right? So,
first of all, is that his bar mitzvah picture? That's from like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
He's like got a cane and he's old now. Come on.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah, I wish I could find a worse picture of Mike Olson, but this is the worst one I could find. I hate Mike. He didn't take our money. But he is mine. I mean, he built a SaaS company that I'm sure at this time is around $10+ million in revenues with no money. And I don't think he even has a sign on his door. I don't think his employees know where he works.
No, it's like secret mission NASA over there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so next category, charismatic. Philip, how would you describe charisma in this founder category?
So in terms of charisma, I'm gonna say a person that, you know, when they get up on stage, you'll listen to them. That same person when they're in person and you're talking one-on-one, you're not looking for a reason to lead the conversation. So that's how I kind of look at charismatic.
Okay. And who is your most charismatic in your Mount Rushmore?
So I'm gonna go ahead and instead of talking a book on a portfolio company, I'm gonna do an LP.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm gonna go with Heidi.
Heidi. Okay.
from WebPT.
Heidi Jananga going on most charismatic on Phillips Mount Rushmore. That's a good pick. She is very charismatic.
I'm killing you guys.
Good pick.
All right.
Good pick.
Yeah, good pick, Philip. Todd, what do you think? Most charismatic.
You know, this is a guy that I've just met in the last couple months that I really, really like. And he's not a portfolio company or an investor of mine. He just grabs my attention every time I talk to him. He gets me interested, even if I have no interest in the subject matter. And I just look forward to talking to him more and more. So I'm going to go with a fellow by the name of Ian Blair at Firebrand is the name of his company. $6 million ARR company.
Okay, hold on. I got to get the picture. Okay. All right. Had to find him because I didn't know.
Yeah, he's not a well-known guy in town. Just moved here from San Diego during COVID.
Okay. I'll give him to you. Ian Blair.
That's a good picture of him too.
Okay. This isn't accurate. He's not catfishing us.
No, that's him.
Okay. Ian Blair from Build Fire.
Well, he has two companies, Build Fire, and he has Laundry.
He moved to Arizona recently.
Okay.
That counts.
Yeah, Laundry Sauce is based in Phoenix, and his other company's based in San Diego, but his executive team's here in Phoenix.
Okay. For me, most charismatic is internet sensation Chris Rosnio. You have to admit, the guy can draw a crowd. He is great on camera. He certainly has enough practice at it.
Ooh, that's a good pick. I forgot about him. That's a good pick.
Yeah, he is, in my opinion, the most charismatic Phoenix.
He's a better influencer than you too.
He is a totally better influencer. That's only because he's better looking. I don't think his content's as good as mine, but he is better looking for sure. It's a great athlete too. Visionary.
Okay.
So what I would say a visionary is not necessarily the biggest company builder, but the one who has the biggest aspirations within themselves and the company and like where the company could get to, whether it not be today. So it's not the person who's built the biggest company, but has the biggest vision for their company. So I'll give that one to you first, Philip.
So I'm gonna go with Cody Friesen from it used to be called Zero Mass Water, now it's called Source Global, and essentially it makes water out of thin air. And given that we're in a desert, I mean, it's a no-brainer. And down the line, if water issues, rights ever have take a turn for the worse, that will definitely be one of the things that we will be utilizing the most. And at that point, the cost won't matter either.
Yep. Source or Zero Mass Water has definitely got a big vision behind it. He wants to, really help the water supply through hardware. Raise a lot of money. What about you, Todd? Biggest visionary?
I'm going to go with a guy, and it's really two brothers, even though one's CEO, one's chairman. But I'm going to go with the Leto brothers at Emerge. I think these guys have continued to defy logic and reason in their space, and they continue to reinvent themselves at each company they start. This is their third company, and I see them just as logistics visionaries.
Okay, that's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
That's a good pick.
Yep. That's Andrew, right?
That's Andrew, yeah.
I'm gonna put
I think
Andrew.
he's the chairman, but they both run the company.
Nice. Yeah, no, they definitely know the space and have a vision for the transition. What do they call it? Transportation space. Okay, visionary. For me, I would say I'm gonna go with Cody too. He was my pick.
Wait, you're allowed to do that?
Yeah, we can do whatever we want. I mean, you stole Heidi from mine, and she was my next one. So, yeah, you can. So Cody, I believe, is probably the biggest visionary, trying to solve probably the biggest problem today, and specifically. So I chose Cody as well. Value creator, Todd. Who is the biggest value creator? Who's going to make the biggest return for their shareholders?
This one is not an obvious choice because she has raised a lot of money, but I do think she's in the right place at the right time and will get a big exit. And I think she's actually putting it out on the street in Q1. So I'm going to go with Pixie and Cindy over there, the CEO.
Ooh, okay. It's Pix, right? PYX or the Pixie?
I mean, I call it Pixie because that's the way she describes it, but it could be Pix,
Okay, nice. Good pick, Todd. Way to represent Tucson. Philip, value creator.
So this one's going to be probably controversial because the value's definitely going down now. But I'm going to go with Ernie Garcia from.
Wow, nice.
From Carvana.
You might get some comments on that one there, fella.
Get it on the board before it keeps going down.
Yeah, I think like mathematically, that's the most dumb thing you could ever say. Like you can quantify how little value or how much value he's destroyed.
Value destruction.
Yeah, he is the value
destroyer.
So Ernie Garcia, the third. All right, Philip, there's your guy.
Pickleball champion of Arizona right there.
Yeah. The destroyer of capital and enterprise value. Yeah, Philip the contrarian. Yeah. All right. So mine is going to be Heidi Jananga. I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that company has created so much value for its shareholders, from Canal Partners in the early days, from Battery, and now Warburg Pincus. I think that they're an incredible business. I think they're 120 million of ARR. They still have organic and inorganic growth, and I'm sucking up too because she's an investor. So Heidi wins it for me, and she's still with the company. And I think when you go through that many leadership changes and capital partners, like there's a lot of destruction that happens within companies, and just because naturally, executive teams change out, that company has stayed intact and has done so well over so many different management changes in capital partners. And I think that's because of Heidi, keeping the culture and the fiber of that company together. Okay. So now for the legacy. The legends, right? This is the one founder that is no longer in business and is considered probably in your mind the best founder and CEO in Arizona that no longer is the best, is no longer working. So Philip, who's your person?
So this is another
You're going to steal mine. I know you're going to steal mine.
Man, I'm going with Scorsese. It's Greg Scorsese all day long.
Oh, no, that's not mine.
Oh, it's not.
All right, Philip, on the legends category, Greg Scoresby. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Todd, who's yours?
Another LP of Phillips and mine, Ray Cavallo, emailage.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Man, I forgot about Ray.
He's a legend.
Yep. I gotta find a picture of him. Hold on.
Even if you can't understand him, he's a legend.
Yeah, I mean, he is a creator of capital. He is a bulldog. There's not much that he cannot get done.
Actually, he has wealth now.
He has wealth, but I mean, he's not running that. He's executive chairman and
he's done being CEO for sure.
But he's made his bones and is the legend. That's a great pick, Todd.
Yeah.
And you're going to go with Mike Kovaric, right? The legend. No. Okay.
No, he's back in business.
All right.
He's back in business, and so I can't pick him.
Okay.
But you're going to call me a suck up, but I'm going to do it. I got to put up my
Oh
man,
God, I seriously have to go.
What is the original legend actually?
This is, I mean,
He's the
dude,
original, yeah.
dude,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how do you argue with $750 million in sales and $150 million of EBITDA in Arizona?
Yeah, but that was in the 40s,
Yeah.
1945. You know,
Yeah. I mean, literally, that was in
I
the
thought you said he has to be under 100 years old. Come on. No,
okay.
he's clearly a legend.
He is a legend, right? And I still think because he is, his software was so sticky, I'm sure they're pretty much still using it, the code that he wrote on green screen.
Yeah.
Because they can't pull that shit out.
But it is Blue Yonder now, right?
It is Blue Yonder. It's gone through some management changes. Okay, up and comers, who is, basically has not quote unquote made it yet, subjective term, right? But is an up and comer in Phoenix. Todd.
I'm going to go with the guy that I'm really not crazy about. He just, I don't know. Him and I just don't, it's like oil and vinegar. But he is an up and comer, and I kind of see him as like a little bit of Ray, is Brett Larson over at eVisit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I think he's got a big career ahead of him. He's young.
Yeah. And he's had, there was a lot of ups and downs, with that company.
And he stuck with it, and he kept grinding it out and pivoting, and he's gonna have a good exit there.
Yeah, and I think COVID happened, and now I think there's like a I don't know how his business is doing. I haven't heard much about it in a long time, but
yeah, they're over 10 million of ARR.
They're over 10 million, and he's a grinder, man, for sure, without a doubt. Let's see, how do I crop that? That's a really big picture. Okay, let's just do this. There we go.
Just want a different picture.
Okay.
I think that's from his Tabernacle days, but okay.
All right. Up and comer. All right. Philip, up and comer. Who is your up and comer?
All right. So I'm going to go with Adam Leor. He's, I think he's 19 still.
Wow.
So super young dude. Quite brass for sure. But, his rhetoric is that he wants to catalyze Arizona, get more billion-dollar companies. And given that he's 19, he has plenty of time to try to do it. So I'm gonna go with Adam.
Okay, Adam Leor from what's his company?
Sinatra.
Okay, and I am going to choose, and you have to help me with his last name because I don't.
I won't be able to say it.
His name is Jory. Let's just call him Jory.
Okay, that's a good pick.
Right.
That's a good pick.
Jory is the CEO of a company called SynSaber in town, which I missed. But it is a vertical cybersecurity company, and they just raised a Series A. And I think he's going places. He sells to utility companies, and they're kind of on a rocket ship. And I think he's got a really long, awesome career in front of him.
Yeah,
so,
I sent him your way.
Yeah, you did send him my way. It was after it was after he was funded though. So. But okay, so does an audience choice award? Does anybody in the audience have a someone that they would like to elect?
Yeah, let's do some nominations.
Yeah, some nominations. Actually, I don't think my thing is working. It's not bringing the people in on the viewer, so I can't really see the comments. All right. Well, we can't see any comments, but this has been the Phoenix Mount Rushmore of tech. We hope that everyone enjoyed it. And if you like it, let us know, share it. If you don't like it, you can complain about it. And, I'm sure.
Should I look at the comments?
Yeah. And I'm sure I'll hear about it later. But Todd, tell everybody about Brookstone.
Early stage VC, 1 to 3 million of capital, Series C, small Series A, sort of geographic agnostic, vertically agnostic, very capital conscious, typically SaaS, but we're looking at some non-SaaS stuff now. And just like looking for the value creator, don't want to raise a lot of capital. the founders have to be the largest shareholders on the cap table upon an exit. So that's, to me, very, very important. And when we look at funding a company.
Got it. Philip, tell us about Prospect.
So Prospect is a new investment firm. Our first product is a debt fund. We do check sizes of 500K to 2 million. We are typically industry agnostic and area agnostic. We're looking for companies that are doing around 2 to 10 million in revenue. And you are looking to kind of put this money into sales, marketing, or acquisition. And I can be reached at Philip at Prospect, PROSPEQ.co.
All right. And mine is DWP Capital. We're an early stage growth equity firm, meaning that we do, minority stakes, but again, like Brookstone, $1 to $3 million in companies that are generally raising 2 to 5. We lead deals, sit on boards, write term sheets, and really want to we want to be a founder's capital partner until there's an area of liquidity. So please let me know if there's anything we can do for you, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.